Well, good morning. Hopefully it's light enough now for this camera to work. I'm about halfway through my morning run. It's just under 10 kilometers. Thought I'd try something a little bit different today rather than another parkrun point of view. I thought I'd take you on one of my morning runs so you can see why running is just so important to me. Every day when I run, I think to myself, I must live in the most beautiful place in the whole world. I am the luckiest guy alive. It's beautiful here. It calms me, it relaxes me, it sets me up to have success in the rest of my day with a bit of luck. For a man that grew up in a very densely populated and highly urbanised part of the UK, which I have a huge amount of respect and love for still, but just being out in this is amazing. Good morning. Coming down these steps here in a minute and looking out over the bay might just be one of my favourite views of all of Mokoroa. Let's see. Let's hope it stays light enough through these trees. You can share it with me. Oh. Yeah. God, I hope you can hear those seagulls. If that doesn't pull on your heartstrings, then you did not grow up anywhere near the sea. I didn't grow up near the sea, but the UK is a pretty small island. I guess nowhere's that far from the sea. I think there's something in our DNA. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. It's going to be an awesome day, folks. How can it not be? Oh. 155 heart rate. These morning runs, I care less about the time and more about keeping my heart rate under control. I want to make sure I got the longevity to really kick on through the 5k, and then I've got my eyes on a half marathon later this year. I don't really know where, but I've been under 130 twice in my life for the half, and I'd love to get it again. I'm getting old. I'm 48. My days of getting better are largely behind me, but I want to hold on to not getting worse as long as I can. That's the ferry there, the car ferry that takes cars over to Matakana Island. The only way to get there is via the ferry, but it's private property, it's Maori land, so I've never been. That's okay. I wouldn't expect to go and visit somebody's house who I don't know, so I have no expectation to go and visit there either. It does look good though. Whew. Down the hill is a relief. my heart rate got a bit high going up that. Oh, these paths are noisy, but still nice to be off the road on something a little bit softer. I'm still really struggling with my legs. I had a year off injured with Achilles pain and still got the remnants of that. I don't do enough strength and conditioning anymore, and I really need to get back to being disciplined with it. It's also migrated up to my calves, and I get very stiff calves, which are super tight and painful in the morning. I'm limping for a good 15 minutes when I get out of bed. And I used to do a lot of running as a teenager. I was pretty competitive. I was pretty close to running for England when I was about 16. Close but no cigar. In the top 15 in the country, not in the top 10. So didn't quite make it. But my nascent running career died when I kind of got persistent shin splints that I tried everything for, until the only recommendation was surgery, which I didn't fancy much. And by that point it impacted my training, which meant I was getting worse, which meant I was less motivated, and university, drink, girls and other sports were starting to look a lot more exciting. So I packed it all in, went to university, I did fencing and taekwondo and climbing, and actually best decision I ever made. I love trying some different things. I'd spent the last 8 years being a pretty competitive athlete, first swimming and then running. I was training 6 or 7 times a week. 6 or 7, not 67 times a week. I was racing once a week. Didn't have much of a social life. Didn't hold down a job until I was about 18. Didn't have time, I was always training. So it was nice to get out from those shackles and try something new. And if truth be told, the running then was so competitive, I didn't actually enjoy it. Every training session was a race with the previous training session. Always trying to get faster than the time before. I'd come back, not sure if I wanted to vomit or crap myself, and sometimes I managed both. It wasn't fun. But now, oh my god, now running is such a lifeline. I don't know where I'd be without it. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Good morning, how you doing? A few people out and about now. It's nearly 7 o'clock. Walking dogs, getting out before it gets too hot. time of the day. I say before it gets too hot, but we must be firmly into autumn by now. The clocks change soonish, a few weeks. It's changing the US next week. That's going to make my meetings worse. My 8:30s become 7:30s. In a few more weeks they become 6:30s. I am not looking forward to that. Morning. Hey doggo. So the only option I've got is to run, think it through, burn off that frustration, push into the kind of the anger and the annoyance, think through the options, or just let your brain go silent for a bit. Nothing gives your brain a rest like being tired and just pounding through a few Ks. It's therapy. It's therapy for me. At some point, I'll probably try to wax lyrical about how important I think parkrun is. But it's for that reason. Running helps people.